Good Friday morning. Welcome back. We're at 61 degrees with rain around, especially areas along and north of I-94. So it'll slow you down a little bit through about 8 or 9 o'clock, and then mainly just cloudy through the afternoon. There's a look at the rain showers that continue to come through the Grand Rapids area, so we'll keep them around for a little while. And an isolated shower or two this evening. I think, Rhonda, a lot of the football games will be dry, but a couple of showers still around.
All right, Brandon, thank you. And taking a look at I-696 in the eastbound direction, you can see the wet roadways and also some taillights, emergency crews. There was a vehicle fire there on the right shoulder, and it was blocking all but one lane, but it looks like they've opened up some of those lanes now. So traffic is getting along okay, but use some extra caution out there. We have picked up accidents here and there this morning on the wet roads. It is 5:25 and in good health. One of the best ways to avoid the flu is good old-fashioned hand washing with soap and water.
Yeah, a recent experiment with second graders helped them understand the importance of hand hygiene. Researchers used black lights to show the kids how washing their hands could reduce bacteria by 91%. Afterwards, the students were more willing to wash their hands, and illness-related absences decreased by 71%.
Well, perhaps they need to do that in all schools.
And
have
workplaces.
That visual. Oh, I know.
You know?
Telling the truth. 5:26 is your time, and new in our next half hour, stories from all across the metro area, including Oxford and Taylor.
Also, the big message about the big game tomorrow night. We're live from Ann Arbor with the one thing both Michigan and Michigan State fans are being asked to do.
Yes, have fun, stay fired up, but be safe. We are also live in Las Vegas with the new clues about what may have led up to that massacre.
Hey, it's Pink.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News Today at 5:30 starts now.
Oh, it is a big game, highly anticipated every year. Michigan versus Michigan State football game is tomorrow, and leaders from both schools have an important message for any fans attending. Part of it is just be nice. We'll explain more about that coming up.
And that same message goes for Mother Nature. Brandon is tracking, well, a chance for a storm right around game time. So do you think that'll affect the tailgaters?
No, it sounds like it's not going to affect the tailgaters at all, which may not be a good thing.
Yeah.
Many hours of partying under the sunshine, Brandon.
Models have been all over the place, and I'll just sort of tease ahead and say that this morning's latest models have all of the activity later and later and later, even with that late kickoff. It could be after halftime or after the game's over tomorrow that cold front and the storm threat comes in. We'll see. 61 degrees outside right now with some cooler 50s in some of your neighborhoods. Livingston County, Howell, and South here along I-96, feeding into 696 Oakland County. This is a pretty decent batch of wet weather, and northern Washtenaw, Wayne County also getting wet. So between now and 8 and 9 o'clock, those showers keep pouring in from the west, mainly just cloudy through the afternoon, and we could have a few more showers after 5 or 6 p.m. Just a few spotty showers, guys, and high school football games tonight. Just need to know that. We'll bring the ponchos just in case.
Alrighty, Brandon, thank you. It is 5:31, and we want to get to the new information that we continue to get from this Las Vegas mass shooting. This morning, investigators say that the gunman might have had other targets in mind.
And this is a very chilling reality that many of us are hearing about. Local 4's Jay Gray joins us now live in Las Vegas. And Jay, authorities still don't have a motive, but they're certainly starting to piece some things together about this guy.
Yeah, Rhonda Everett, I think you're absolutely right, Rhonda. It looks like this investigation is expanding. Federal agents getting more information now from the cell phones and laptops that belong to the gunman. They're also getting some insight from those that were closest to Stephen Paddock. A firestorm.
Run! Keep your head down!
For 10 minutes.
Stephen shot. I need 911.
Along the Vegas Strip.
Gunshot wound to the chest here.
Turning this outdoor concert into a killing field. This is what it looks like almost a week later. Still an active crime scene as investigators search for evidence and an answer to the nagging question, why?
Something happened in his head that the Steve I knew 2 weeks ago no longer the guy who did that.
Stephen Paddock's girlfriend, Mary Lou Danley, apparently told investigators he had mental health issues and would sometimes lie in bed crying out, "Oh my God." though investigators say they don't know of any mental or physical problems that may have triggered his rampage. An FBI scan of electronics pulled from his homes and hotel room have revealed Paddock's search for information on Lollapalooza, a summer music festival in Chicago. Agents say he reserved rooms in a hotel that overlooked the concert park, but never showed up. He also researched events at and hotels near Boston's Fenway Park, an indication Paddock may have been considering an attack on a large crowd long before carrying out the slaughter along the Vegas Strip. Yeah, and you know, the FBI is still pulling information from 12 cell phones and laptops they've recovered as a part of the investigation. Rhonda, Evron?
And Jay, we're also hearing from part of this investigation that they think that he may not have acted alone, and also that there's this search for another woman that he was seen with while they were in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's interesting, Rhonda. The sheriff here said that he doesn't believe he could have acted alone. There was so much ammunition, so many guns. Now, they don't think there was another shooter. They don't think anyone else was firing on the crowd here, but they do think somebody knows more, and they're hoping to find out who that may be and talk with him. It could be this woman you're talking about. There are a lot of tips, a lot of people saying that they saw him with a woman in the days leading up to the attack. Now, investigators have no idea who she is. They'd love to talk to her, though, and they continue to pursue that as well.
Well, hopefully they can get the information they need and possibly answer the question as to why someone would do something like this. Jay, thank you. We do have complete coverage on this Las Vegas mass shooting on the homepage of our website. Just go to clickondetroit.com for that.
It is 5:34. A quick check of the weather. We do have the wet roads out there, so use some extra caution as you're heading out. No accidents to pass along your way this time around, but we do have construction along westbound 696 today. This is between Evergreen and Losser. There in the Southfield area, you'll find 15-minute full closures during the overnight hours between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. So that'll slow you down during the late night hours. You might want to just hop on the top side and take 12 Mile to avoid it. The big local story is this big game tomorrow between Michigan and Michigan State at the Big House in Ann Arbor.
Yes, so the game is under the lights. It's a later one, and this morning leaders from both schools want fans to be on their very best behavior. Like Local 4's Kim DeGiulio. She's always on her best behavior when she goes out to the Big House. She's joining us live this morning to explain. Go Green.
Evrod. Well, good morning, guys. Yes, that is right. Both Michigan and Michigan State's athletic directors are sending out a message to the fans regarding the big game tomorrow. Of course, both schools have very, very passionate fans, to say the least, so they just want to remind everybody coming to Ann Arbor on Saturday to play nice.
The big game is finally here. The University of Michigan versus Michigan State University. But for the first time ever, this game is under the lights. Kickoff this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. in Ann Arbor. Both teams will fight it out to bring home the Paul Bunyan Trophy. And of course, bragging rights. Of the last 10 matchups, Spartans have a 7-3 record against the Wolverines. Of course, nobody can forget about the last time these two teams met up in Ann Arbor.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap!
A last-second fumbled punt changed the outcome of the game to give MSU Spartans a win. Something Michigan fans would likely like to forget. Last year, the Wolverines pulled out the W in East Lansing. Athletic directors Ward Manuel and Mark Hollis have released a letter to the fans who plan on attending the big game this weekend, saying in part, the best aspect of this series is how it brings the entire state together. Our two universities can show that civility and respect can be a hallmark of not only college sports, but what we need to strive for in our society. Michigan is currently undefeated this season, while Michigan State has one loss to Notre Dame.
Well, it certainly is going to be a great matchup here at the Big House tomorrow night. And of course, there's going to be so many people here. We did mention that it is going to be the first night game for this rivalry. So some people will take advantage of all-day tailgating. So we just want to remind you to drink responsibly, play it safe, and of course, you know, have a great time, but be nice to all football fans who are here to enjoy this amazing rivalry. So reporting here in Ann Arbor, I am Kim DeJulio, Local 4. Back to you.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
And the other thing is we are under the national spotlight.
Yeah.
And that's the big deal here.
Yes.
So we want to be on our best behavior because everybody is going to be watching how we handle it.
All right.
Good luck to your school,
Absolutely.
Kim.
It's going to be a great game.
It
is 5:38 now, and the Washtenaw County Health Department confirmed a case of hepatitis A in an Ann Arbor restaurant worker. Officials are saying that anyone who ate at Cardamom Restaurant between September 16th and October 3rd might have been exposed, so definitely take note of that. The Oxford High School student who discharged an officer's weapon has been arraigned. Garrett Brodeur is charged with attempting to disarm an officer resisting an assault and battery. This incident happened after police responded to a call about him assaulting his ex-girlfriend in school.
And we do have an update on that tragic house explosion in Taylor that took the lives of an elderly woman and her adult daughter. We have now learned that the daughter was dead before the explosion. The medical examiner is looking into the cause of her death, while the cause of the explosion still remains under investigation.
Well, Dan Gilbert is one step closer to making his dream of a soccer stadium here in Detroit a reality.
Can you just imagine?
I know, it'd be so cool.
So on Thursday, Wayne County and the city of Detroit reached a deal to swap land. In the deal, Wayne County gets land to build a new criminal justice complex, while Detroit gets the old American Motors headquarters. This will make it so that Dan Gilbert can buy the failed jail site on Gratiot, which he has been vying for a while now, right there by Greektown and also Ford Field, which could potentially give us our 5th stadium here in downtown Detroit.
What sport should we go after next?
What other sports are
I know,
there?
like lacrosse, bowling.
We'll come up with something.
Right?
It is 5:39, and you've probably heard horror stories about parents getting out of control when their kids play sports.
Yeah, but this might be the worst dad ever. Just ahead, we'll tell you why he's being banned from flag football.
And a surprise twist in the Cam Newton controversy. Over in the carport at 6 o'clock, both the quarterback and the reporter apologizing.
And $4 million just is not enough. We'll tell you why a big lottery winner is suing for even more money when we come back. Keep it here.
Welcome back. A Colorado man was one of 3 winners of a $4.8 million jackpot, and he is now suing the Colorado State Lottery for his fair share. The man says that the drawing is from 2005, and the lawsuit states that he should be declared the sole winner. That's because the other 2 winners were linked to a nationwide conspiracy to rig the lottery drawings. He is seeking nearly $4 million from the state lottery. We'll see how that one turns out. And over to you, Brandon, with a look at this rain this morning.
Yeah, it is going to slow you down for sure. It is not yet a problem in our south zone, and parts of our north zone are a little drier, but right in the middle, we're getting the wet weather here. 55 double nickels in Pontiac, 58 in Ann Arbor, 61 in Grosse Ile, so middle 50s to low 60s. Here's a look at that rain right now. It's the heaviest leaving southeastern Livingston County along 696 now in parts of southwestern Oakland County, Novi, Northville, and heading into Westland, Livonia, perhaps Hazel Park, the northern fringes here of Wayne County. And there's more pouring into the Lansing area, so still more to come. And you can see Hillsdale County to the south, so that will be filling in a little bit in our south zone as well. Middle 50s at 8 o'clock because of some rain cool there. 66 at noon, and through the late morning from showers to drizzle to mainly just cloudy skies through the afternoon. But after 4 or 5 p.m., some more shower chances through the evening, which means your high school football games could be a little wet. I think it's going to be spotty rain showers. Grab the ponchos, and if you're heading to Ann Arbor tomorrow, keep that poncho handy. We'll show you. There's a look at that wet weather coming in, and through the lunch hour, it shows, our model shows anyway, showers along and south of I-94 still a possibility. A lot more scattered through the evening, but it can't rule out a shower or 2 for a football game. Saturday, it gets really warm and windy, and then we're waiting for the approach of a cold front late in the day. I want to show you some more specifics on this with a 7:30 kickoff in Ann Arbor. We're looking at tailgating with warm and windy conditions, 75 degrees at kickoff, and could be dealing with some rain and thunder right at that time or through the game. Here is one of our computer models, or the timing of it from late yesterday, and it does show right at about 7 o'clock that front coming into that warm, unstable environment, and by halftime it would be through. But could there be a delay? According to that model, yes. But the newest model data this morning, again, keeps the rain away even through the entire game, through 11 p.m. before it starts to muscle through Washtenaw County. So a little uncertain, to say the least, on the timing of that front, but certainly could have an impact on the game tomorrow. The good news is it will be very warm tomorrow. Most of the day is dry, just a little windy. Sunday looks really nice in the 70s, and Columbus Day as well, looking nice. Evrod, now with a look at our roads.
Yes, and we'll help you get out the door as you're heading out this morning with a little bit of construction on the northbound side of I-75. From 12 Mile to 14 Mile, we've got one lane that'll be blocked there starting at 7 a.m. That will continue until 3 p.m. And then on the westbound side of I-94 from I-75 to the Lodge, one lane will be blocked there as well. That'll start at 9 a.m. and that will go until 3 p.m. Of course, we're keeping our eyes open for any other accidents that might pop up and affect your morning drive. So far, so good.
All right, it is 5:47, and we want to get you updated with some stories that you might have missed.
Yeah, first, Michigan's official Christmas tree for Are we talking Christmas already?
Yeah.
2017 tree has been selected, and it's 60 feet tall. It'll be making its way to Lansing from the Upper Peninsula this month to become Michigan's 32nd official Christmas tree. It was chosen by staff from the Michigan Department of Technology Management and Budget. The tree lighting will take place as part of the Silver Bells in the City celebration on November 17th. I can't believe we're talking Christmas already.
I know. Well, we do need to get the tree in place.
You think?
That's okay. That's all we're talking about,
we would
though.
wait until
it's not time to put your decorations up or anything.
I know. We still got to do the Halloween decorations and then Thanksgiving decorations.
Right. So one thing at a time. One holiday.
Wow. The Pink Fund teamed up with the Fred Astaire Dance Studio to host their 5th annual Dancing with Survivors event.
Boy, is this an emotional and moving evening. The event is meant to celebrate cancer survivors while raising money for patients in treatment. The people in attendance were able to enjoy great music, great food, drinks, and of course, a little dancing.
Yeah, cancer survivors from all across the country were paired up with ballroom dance professionals, and they got to show off their moves at a dance showcase, a special one. The event shows that survivors can thrive in their recovery while benefiting others going through treatment. So how cool is that? And I think everybody knows a cancer survivor, so it's really, really encouraging to see them doing something like that.
Absolutely, and also a big congratulations to Molly McDonald, who of course is the founder of the Pink Fund, for creating an amazing organization and also an event to celebrate those survivors.
Absolutely. There was a very cool event last night as well. In Warren, our very own Rhonda Walker received the Art Van Award of Hope, as well as a $5,000 donation to her awesome foundation, the Rhonda Walker Foundation for Teen Girls. This was at the company's Warren store last night, and you can see her being honored there. You've been doing this for 14 years.
Yes.
And you don't look a day over 15. Rhonda's being honored for her work empowering Detroit teens through the Rhonda Walker Foundation again. There were 4 other charities that were honored as well, so you're among some great ones.
Well, here are the other recipients. Brandon, thank you. The other benefiting charities were awesome. The Well of Mercy, which is a Chicago charity, Great Centers of Hope, which is incredible. They're in Pontiac, Mental Health Foundation of Grand Rapids, and their Be Nice campaign, and the Community Foundation of Greater Flint, which of course what they have done with the Flint water crisis. And the award ambassador, as you can see, the lovely woman in the center, Cindy Crawford, also gave some advice for some young people that are listening and that were there in the audience.
Being true to your own instincts, like understanding, it's like ask yourself the question, like, does this feel right to me? Because that's how you get closer to finding your passion.
She's so amazing.
She does not age.
I interviewed her and I asked her, you know, just about that. You look so beautiful. You know, what's your secret? And she said, Rhonda, there is no secret. You have to exercise. She's like, even though I hate it, you have to eat right. You know, you have to take care of yourself and your body. And she also admitted she has great genes.
Yeah.
She had 2 living grandmothers.
Calvin Klein?
Genes, like Gene.
Those 2, we
but
saw.
She said she had 2 living grandmothers in addition to her parents still living. And
Wow.
she's 51 that were in their 90s. One recently passed away. The other is still living. So she does have good genes, but she also says you have to do the right thing and take care of yourself.
Get some good sleep and moisturize too.
Exactly. So you can see a lot more of Cindy's interview with us on today's edition of Live in the D with Toddy starting at 10. Among the things she talks about is her love for Detroit. She has, of course, the line of furniture, Cindy Crawford Home at Art Van Furniture.
Yeah.
So she comes here a lot.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it
too,
is.
so I've heard.
Some people have them in their homes.
They're very comfortable.
Yes.
It is 5:51, everybody, and congratulations to you as well.
Thank you very much.
It's being called a pumpkin spice emergency, but it's kind of serious. It leads to a school having to be evacuated.
A really bad dad. You're going to meet the guy banned from flag football also just ahead. Stay with us.
Big congrats.
Thank you.
Tonight at 9.
Good Friday morning, everybody. Get up and stretch. 61 degrees. We do have rain around, so you might want to hurry, get going. The rain will likely slow you down, and it's through now and 8, 9 o'clock this morning with spotty noontime showers still present. A drier afternoon. There's a look at the rain showers that keep pouring in from west to east. And Evrod, we could have an isolated shower or 2 for Friday night football games.
All righty, Brandon. Let's take a live look from our MDOT camera. This is right at the Davison at Woodward. You can see traffic is getting by smoothly there. The roads are wet, as Brandon mentioned, so take it a little bit slower this morning or leave a little earlier and get to your destination on time.
All right. Thank you, Evrod. It was quite the smell at a Baltimore school on Thursday that forced the evacuation of the school. Hazardous materials crews had to respond around 2:30 in the afternoon. After investigating, the smell was later found to be pumpkin spice air freshener. Yep, 2 students and 3 adults were taken to the hospital because of it. So there must have been something more in that pumpkin spice air freshener.
We can't make this stuff up, everybody. Spirit Week at one Florida high school has been canceled after a group of students displayed a Confederate flag. That flag was said to be displayed on Wednesday during Culture Day at Osceola County High School. And administrators received complaints after several students posed for pictures with the flag. Now, this incident was deemed serious enough for administrators to cancel the rest of the week. A spokesperson said that the students who displayed the flag will be disciplined. Let's go to New Jersey now, where a father has been banned from his son's flag football games after he allegedly put the team's coach in a chokehold.
Yes, investigators say that Peter Ipley became upset with the 16-year-old coach after his son was rotated out of the quarterback position. Well, it happened last weekend in front of about 70 people at the game for 6 to 8-year-old kids. To make it worse, the 16-year-old isn't even the regular coach. I mean, my gosh, he's just a teenager. He's normally an assistant coach, but assumed head coach duties on that day since the regular coach was observing Yom Kippur. And this dad just laid it out on this poor kid.
He should be banned. And then he's embarrassing his own son at that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not that serious. It's just flag football for 6 to 8-year-olds.
It's not like it's the Michigan State game.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, then I understand.
Right. We don't think we had to tell you to be nice at your kids' games.
It is 5:57, everybody. Coming up all new at 6 o'clock. Local stories for you from Westland, Warren, and Detroit.
And we may be about 2 months away from Thanksgiving, but retailers are already revealing their plans for the holiday shopping frenzy. Actually, we're less than 2 months.
Yeah, we are.
Break it down.
Black Friday will be here before we know it.
I know. So who's open and who's closed? We'll let you know coming up.
Plus, don't pack away the bug spray just yet. Well, I'll tell you why experts are saying that you should get ready for an extra buggy fall. We're back with that and more in 1 minute here.
You're bugging.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News Today at 6 starts now.
A chilling connection as we learn more about the Las Vegas gunman. A local man learns that the two share some history. What he discovered.
Plus, he's being called a hero, and he's 82 years old. We'll tell you how this quick-thinking neighbor saved the lives of others.
And taking a look at the radar out here, we've got some decent showers coming in. And is that the shape of an F? Is it an R? Well, let's use both of them. We have Friday rain for you today.
He got applause for that? I thought he was going to create something that had to do with Michigan, Michigan State.
I thought so,
I don't know why
too.
I was thinking that. And I was like, what is he spelling that starts with an F?
Yeah. Don't answer that.
Friday, of course. Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for waking up with us.
And you know what? I do have to say I have a little bit of surprise for all of our viewers at home coming up in just a little bit, like what, 40-ish minutes or so? Mm-hmm. Stick around for that, especially if you love to eat. And you know we do.
Something new in town you're going to want to try.
Oh, yeah.
We do want to get over to Brandon because this rain, it could pose a little bit of an issue for our outdoor plans, specifically dealing with sports.
I could have done a much better job at that. You're right. I mean, from Lansing to Ann Arbor, let's play some football. I mean, I could have done something like that. I could have done a million things. I could have made a football. Looks like I got a little oval down here. I could.
Oh, there you go.
Ah, man. Well, hindsight is 10, 15, or 20 something. Somebody once said. Good morning. Hope you're waking up well. It is wet. It is going to be slow out there. Another batch of moderate to heavy rain from Lansing and Jackson moving west to east. So Livingston County, Washtenaw, southern Oakland County getting wet right now. And temperatures mainly in the middle and upper 50s out there through about 9 a.m. Those showers will be coming. A brief break, maybe a lunchtime shower, but mostly cloudy through most of the afternoon, 65 to 70 degrees. An isolated shower or two for high school football games later on tonight. Temperatures will be mainly in the 60s, and we will watch this stationary front, possibly, again, drifting a little bit farther north, bringing a few more showers on and off throughout the day. But again, I think most of the games tonight will be on the drier side, but morning rain showers certainly will slow you down. Let's check in with Evrod, handling traffic duties, and see how it looks out there.
Well, let's take a look at how it looks out there as we give you a live look from our MDOT camera. This is at I-275 at Eureka. It looks pretty good so far. No issues to worry about. Traffic seems to be moving at posted speeds. Time now is 6:02, and we want to get to breaking news that we continue to follow for you this morning. It's from Detroit's east side, and that is where we've learned a DDOT bus has been involved in an accident. This is on Moraine near I-94 in Cadieux. The driver of the car was hurt and is listed in critical condition. That's a new update that we just got. And we'll continue to keep you updated with any more developments on the air and on our website, KloganDetroit.com.
All right, Everett, thank you. We do want to get to the latest information on the Las Vegas shooter that suggests that Stephen Paddock may have considered other large targets, other large outdoor concert venues before he chose the Route 91 Music Festival in Las Vegas. Investigators say that he was possibly looking at the Lollapalooza Festival in Chicago or even Boston's Fenway Park. During their research, they found some research that he was making on both places, even making hotel reservations. Also, police say that it appears that he was not just shooting at the concert crowd late on Sunday, but at a large fuel tank located at the nearby airport, the main airport there in Las Vegas, which was hit by 2 bullets but did not explode. They say that there was never any danger of the tank exploding either. Meanwhile, this news comes as one Fraser man has discovered a very chilling connection between himself and Stephen Paddock. Earlier in life, Howard Badaker, he lived in Sun Valley, California. He lives in Fraser now, but he attended the same high school as Paddock and revealed as the Las Vegas shooter. When that happened, he thought his name sounded familiar. It turns out when he got out his yearbook, as you see here, Paddock was one of his classmates, and his son and sister live in Las Vegas. Badaker even confirmed that he knew Paddock in a old yearbook.
Stopped eating. I ran down to the basement. I'm going through books. She had to help me find it. And there was my yearbook with the picture in it.
Badaker says that nothing about Paddock stood out to him back in high school, and his family in Las Vegas are safe. They were not at that venue that night.
This morning, many are looking for President Trump to clarify some comments that were made at a military dinner. The night was to honor senior military leaders and their spouses. And it was during that dinner, while everyone gathered for a photo op, President Trump said, quote, "You guys know what this represents. Maybe it's the calm before the storm." The president didn't give any further clarification on those comments. Well, instead of running away, this man ran to help, and now he's being called a hero after a fire broke out at his Westland apartment complex. Local 4's Kim DeGiulio shows us how he helped the neighbors.
A kitchen fire broke out last night at the Taylor Towers Senior Apartment Complex. Thankfully, though, this story has a happy ending, thanks to our firefighters and an 82-year-old man who saved the day. That kitchen fire went fast. Smoke billowing through the building and alarm wailing. Fire and police on the scene in seconds.
It's been amazing, when you see not only our fire department, but the surrounding communities that were able to get out here so quick.
The seniors inside have nothing but praise for the firefighters. One woman telling us how a firefighter rescued her neighbor.
She's got a thing on her leg. She really can't walk. So I was ahead and I had to grab my dog because he doesn't like stairs. So I had to carry him down 10 flights. And he come down the hall then and he literally had her on his back.
Those firefighters weren't the only ones doing the rescuing either. 82-year-old Fred Wolski lives on the 9th floor. The apartment next to him was the one that went up in flames.
Nothing but full fire and blazing smoke where you couldn't see. Nobody could even to go in there. I went in there because I was asked to by the owner of that apartment to go in there and help him. He was on his knees already.
Mr. Wolski grabbed that neighbor and got him down 9 flights of stairs and then went back for his neighbor's wife, who was still in there.
Tried to get in there. I got in about maybe 10 feet into the apartment, and I just couldn't go any further.
By that time, firefighters were there and got her out. She and another resident were taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation. When Mr. Wolski was asked why he was so brave, he just brushed it off.
Just instinct. Just instinct, young lady. Just instinct. Caring for one another.
I'm Kim DeGiulio, Local 4.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, caring for one another. We appreciate people like him. It is 6:07, everybody. Let's send things over to Jason. He just arrived, just parked his car in the carport.
Good morning. He says he's sorry. Panthers quarterback Cam Newton apologizing following the fallout over his controversial comments. But we've now learned the reporter on the receiving end of those comments is facing a controversy of her own. But of course, there's always a twist. Rhonda?
It's Fitness Friday. Speaking of twisting, building a workout just for you. That's next from Omni Kinetics in Birmingham. We'll be right back. We're back at Omni Kinetics in Birmingham that specializes in health and wellness, rehabilitation, chiropractor here. Graham, talk about how you personalize and customize the workouts based on what a patient or a client's needs are, their pains, their abilities or disabilities.
Right, so when someone walks through the door, we bring them through a movement analysis, a movement screen. We want to identify the root causes behind their movement. So here we're just going to look at your single leg balance. So go ahead and bring one leg up nice and high, and we're just looking to see your ability to balance on one leg versus the other. Do you waver back and forth, side to side, and just your ability, again, to accomplish the task on one side versus the other. I know that if your right hip doesn't work well, you may be cheating through your right shoulder, and that's where your pain is at, but I missed the reason behind why you came in to see us.
Okay.
Another good screen, bring your feet together, arms over your shoulders. Don't let your lower body move. We're just looking to see your ability to stabilize down low and create this shoulder hip separation up top. And now don't let your upper body move and go through a little pelvic twist here. Want to see your ability to stabilize up top and your ability to move down low. If we see, again, a discrepancy, right, like this, like those shoulders want to move, we want to get those hips moving independently of the shoulders and come out of that. So that might be why you slide in your golf swing or you use your arms too much, because your ability to stabilize up top and actually get your hips moving first.
So you'll help me work on that.
Of course, absolutely.
To improve my golf game. If you want to learn more about Omni Kinetics, search Fitness Friday at clickondetroit.com.
How do you follow?
Welcome back, everybody. It's 6:12, and it's time for the carport. His comments were called disrespectful and sexist.
And now, Jason, he's hoping to make things right before he takes on the Lions on Ford Field this Sunday.
Carolina Panthers QB Cam Newton released a video apologizing for what some say was a sexist and belittling comment toward a female reporter. Here's what got him into trouble after she asked a question about the receiver's route running.
It's funny to hear a female talk about routes. Like, it's funny.
What followed was universal criticism from sports organizations, the NFL, fans. Newton even lost an endorsement deal with Dannon Yogurt. So late last night, he responded with a Facebook video.
My word choice was extremely degrading and disrespectful to women. And to be honest, that was not my intentions. And if you are a person who took offense to what I said, I sincerely apologize to you.
Newton went on to ask for forgiveness. Meanwhile, the reporter smack dab in the middle of all this is facing controversy of her own after somebody dug into her social media history. Tweets from the Charlotte Observer's Jordan Rodriguez from 2012 and 2013, where she used the N-word and claimed to have laughed at her father's racist jokes. Once the tweets started making the rounds online, she issued her own apology on Twitter. Jordan says, "I apologize for the offensive tweets from my Twitter account from 4 or 5 years ago. There's no excuse for these tweets and the sentiment behind them. I am deeply sorry and apologize." What do you guys think?
I think you need to clean up your Twitter and Facebook accounts whenever you are in the media or any other time. I mean, there's just certain things you shouldn't say.
And things that you said even a long time ago can come back to haunt you.
Absolutely. We hear it all the time.
All righty. Jason, thank you. All right, we got Brandon here now.
Yes. So we're getting that much needed rain, but we kind of need to get it out of here. A lot of parents don't really want to sit in the rain for their kids' games tonight.
Hold on, was that the roar of the crowd?
I think so. Did you hear it too?
I did. Wow.
That was nuts.
Wow. Is that for the game this weekend already?
I mean,
the Cubs game?
No. I thought when you mentioned my name, I'd heard that roar over the...
In your...
Our live studio audience.
Yes. In your head. There you go.
Everybody's got that, right?
And here's Brandon!
Thanks, Kevin, back there. He's got the applause track. He also has the wah, wah, wah. It's usually what I get. Good morning. Some rain cooled air. 50. That's the theme song of my life. Are the crickets in my ears bothering anybody? 59 degrees outside right now. A live look from Mount Clemens, where currently just a little spotty light rain and drizzle, but some heavier showers are moving in. This has been the trend here all morning, coming out of Grand Rapids, then Lansing. The darker yellows, heavier rain in western Livingston County, coming across again 96 into 696. So get ready in Oakland County. As we look at temperatures today, 50s this morning, upper 60s this afternoon. Could have a spotty shower around lunch, and then again for high school football it is a possibility with again temperatures in the upper 60s, but showers at noon will be pretty isolated, or I should say in certain zones. We're looking south and metro zones, I-94 and south for the noon showers, and through the afternoon it is just mostly cloudy, but after 5 or 6 a few spotty showers try to return. Why is that? Well, first of all, we have this shot of moisture coming over Lake Michigan. That's round 1 this morning. And then this stationary front, where will it float, up or down? Well, if it drifts a little bit farther to the north, it brings some more of that moisture right into our south zone, or I-94 and south. As we look at the forecast through the lunch hour, there you see Wayne, Washtenaw, Lenawee, and Monroe counties. And then through the evening hours, a few isolated showers there. Overnight, we get some rumbles of thunder, and again, much needed rain, good stuff, but most of Saturday will be warm and windy through the afternoon, 15 to 30 mile-an-hour winds that could gust 30 to 40. The game is 7:30, and it looks to be at kickoff, rain and thunder or holding off. Look at this model here that shows right at about kickoff time, 7:30, some of those showers coming through, but our model data this morning suggests that that it just may hold off until the end of the game. But enjoy the windy, warm 80s tomorrow during the day. And again, be prepared for some showers and storms at night. Sunday for the Lions looks great. 70s and sunshine. Columbus Day as well, looking good. All right, your Hanson's weather window is a little wet. It is a flag flying out there in this news center area of our beautiful Detroit, where, you know, the Red Wings won last night. It's just a big buzz going on around here. Gray skies, rain showers. Hanson's weather window, our Bernie Zettner out there in the rain. Thanks, Bernie. Appreciate the shot this morning of that flag on a Friday, Rhonda.
Yes, hanging at half staff still for all of the victims in the Las Vegas shooting. We do want to get you updated with the roads this morning, and they are wet, so give yourself some extra drive time this morning. It's going to be a little bit slower. We do want to keep you updated with any freeway closures, which include this one along 696 in the westbound direction. It's overnight construction between Evergreen and Losser, again on 696 westbound. 15-minute closures will happen started at 11 p.m. tonight until 4 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. You can always use a mile road like 12 Mile to get around that. Over to you, Rob.
Thank you, Rhonda. At 6:18, let's get into today's consumer headlines. Retailers are already revealing their Thanksgiving plans, plus Costco offering new delivery options. But first, get ready to pay more for Netflix. Maribel Aber joining us live now from NASDAQ. Let's start there. How much more are we talking?
A little bit more. Good morning, Evrod. Netflix raised the price of its memberships. The 2-screen high-definition subscription is up $1 from $9.99 to $10.99. The premium 4-screen ultra high-definition membership went from $11.99 to $13.99 a month. The price increase is effective immediately for new members, while existing members can expect a notification on October 19th. Costco has launched 2 new delivery options for its members. Starting this week, Costco Grocery will offer nearly 500 non-perishable items with a free 2-day delivery for orders over $75. Another service offered at 376 stores will have a same-day delivery option for fresh groceries. Costco is the 3rd largest grocery retailer in the U.S. after Walmart and Kroger. And despite many shopping for Black Friday deals on Thanksgiving Day last year, many stores will be closed this year. According to a list released by BestBlackFriday.com, stores like Cabela's, Costco, and IKEA will be closed on Turkey Day. The website conducted an online survey which found that most people dislike the idea of stores being open on Thanksgiving. The total list of closures can be found online, and it includes over 75 retailers. Evrod, plus, people can always shop online while they deal with the turkey tryptophans.
Hopefully they don't fall asleep with the laptop in their lap. All right, Maribel, thank you. It is 6:19, everybody.
Yeah, this is interesting. Have you worried about getting a mosquito bite lately?
I didn't think I had to.
Apparently bug season isn't over yet. Mosquitoes and ticks are going to be hanging around into the fall season. What you need to know coming up next.
And before we go to break, let's meet today's Facebook friend for the day. This is Rita Denard. Rita is from Romulus. She is a business owner and a Lion. Look, she is a Lions fan with a snazzy hairdo. We like that. She also loves to FaceTime with her grandkids who live in Phoenix.
Well, we want to send you a gift card to Happy's Pizza. Congratulations to you just for being our friend of the day. And if you would like to be our next friend of the day to anybody else out there, like the Local 4 Facebook page and click on the Friend of the Dab and oh my gosh.
Friend of the Day
tab. Day tab is just dab now. Oh my gosh, let's get to commercial before I say anything else stupid. We're back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. The season isn't over yet. Apparently, you still need to grab that bug spray. Fall could be full of ticks and mosquitoes. This is all according to the National Pest Management Association, and it's due to the ongoing heat in some regions and flooding in other regions. The NPMA combines pest biological behaviors with careful examination of previous weather conditions and forecasted weather patterns to predict bug activity. It says usual fall time pests like rodents will also be in strong numbers this fall. Hopefully, because we haven't had all that water and flooding, Brandon, it doesn't apply to us here in Michigan.
Yeah, right. I was out last night on the patio, mosquitoes out there. I mean, how could they not be? It's upper 70s, near 80 degrees. So I would say, unless you've got a cat and a dog like I do, maybe a little more rodent activity around the house this fall. Temperatures in the 50s now with rain showers around, and really upper 60s is all. There you see more wet weather through your morning, a little drier after lunch.
And let's take a look at traffic. Moving smoothly, actually moving by pretty quickly there as we take a live look from our MDOT camera right at 696 and Van Dyke. No issues to report, just a little bit of wet roads. Brandon?
Yeah, pack your patience or just a little extra time, especially later in the morning. But let's take a look at the sports here. And Detroit fans smiling after the Red Wings win their home and season opener at Little Caesars Arena last night. What a crowd. What a game. The Red Wings beat the Minnesota Wild 4-2. From an all-around solid effort. Anthony Mantha scored the first regular season goal in the new arena. Rookie Martin Frick scored his first NHL goal as well. How about Jimmy Howard? Let's put an end to the criticism this year, Jimmy. He stopped all 30, or not all, but he stopped 37 of 39 shots en route to the big Red Wings win. They will be traveling to Ottawa to play the Senators tomorrow night at 7. Justin Verlander has been pitching well since being traded to the Astros. So much so, he was the Game 1 starter of the ALDS last night. He pitched 6 innings, admitted it wasn't his greatest baseball, but he did pitch a good game. He pitched to his strengths and the other team's weakness, but it was all Houston in this one. That is little 5'6" Jose Altuve, one of the American League MVP candidates. 3 home runs for Houston last night, and they put a whomping on the Boston Red Sox. That game was over early. Verlander hasn't lost a game since leaving the Tigers, guys.
Wow, can you believe that? All right, it is 6:27. And next at 6:30, local stories for you from Warren, Detroit, and Taylor.
Plus, hepatitis A concerns at an Ann Arbor restaurant. We'll tell you where.
And we've seen cars crash into a house. But a train? Is this even real? It's next in today's top video, everybody. Keep it here.
Columbus Week.
Welcome back, everybody. Time now is 6:28, and it's time for today's top video. A massive cleanup in northwest Atlanta when a freight train derailed and then crashed right into this house.
Yeah, let's take a look. The train headed to Cincinnati, Ohio from Waycross, Georgia, jumped the tracks. 14 cars derailed, with one slamming right into this house. One person was inside of the home at the time, but thankfully is okay. Can you imagine looking up and going,
That's
what
a
is
train.
that? A train?
We're back in a minute.
This is the JD.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News Today at 6:30 starts now.
Not the gunman's first choice. Alarming new information this morning in the Las Vegas shooting investigation. Plus, a new push to ban the device that helped the Vegas gunman make his weapons even more dangerous. We'll tell you what's happening now with these bump stocks.
And some wet weather is working its way through Metro Detroit this morning, and it's expected to linger into parts of our weekend, but which parts will be impacted? You know, a lot of tailgaters tomorrow at the Big House for the Michigan State game, the game itself, Lions tailgating.
There's a lot of good stuff happening in Detroit this weekend.
Friday football, high school football games all over town.
Absolutely. Let's turn things right on over to meteorologist Brandon Rue and get an update.
Well, as crazy as this year has been weather-wise, I guess it wouldn't have surprised anybody if we'd say, hey, for the Michigan State game in October in Ann Arbor, wear your shorts, maybe a little sunscreen, and pack the umbrella. That's the kind of crazy weather we're expecting tomorrow. This morning, it's all about the rain, and this will be slowing you down. It's been raining for several hours in spots, and more heavy bouts of rain moving through Livingston County as we speak on 96, and this is coming right into 696 in southwestern Oakland County, northern Washtenaw, northern Wayne getting in on the action here, and you can see up in between M59 and I-69, some more wet weather there. South zone hasn't really been impacted too much thus far, but you will as we see some more showers now moving into Lenawee and then Monroe County. So wet out there, 59 degrees. It will slow you down on your drive, and by about 9 o'clock we eliminate the heavier showers, becomes more of a drizzle. Lunch hour may have a spotty shower around, but mostly just cloudy through the afternoon hours around here. We do have a slight chance for a shower or two during the football games tonight. Although the fields may be a little bit wet, sky conditions should be mostly dry during these games tonight. And Rhonda has a look at the roads on a Friday morning. Good morning.
I do, and let's take a look. If you are traveling I-75 this morning, there's trouble for you on the northbound side right at 7 Mile. Looks like the shoulder is blocked, and we are still seeing green arrows, so that's a good thing. It doesn't look like major delays just yet. And then if you're traveling in the eastbound direction of 696 at Greenfield, right shoulder, there is an accident on that side as well. But again, we're seeing green arrows, so no big delays in the area, but something to be mindful of. And also just the wet roads. It is moving a little bit slower on this morning drive than usual. Evrod?
It is 6:33, and in Las Vegas this morning, new information and new direction for investigators who are still searching for a motive after the killing spree along the strip there. Federal agents are learning more from the gunman's computers and cell phone. Investigators are also getting some insight from those closest to Stephen Paddock. A firestorm.
Run! Keep your head down!
For 10 minutes.
Even shot? I need 911.
Along the Vegas Strip.
Gunshot wound to the chest here.
Turning this outdoor concert into a killing field. This is what it looks like almost a week later. Still an active crime scene as investigators search for evidence and an answer to the nagging question, why?
Something happened in his head that the Steve I knew 2 weeks ago is no longer the guy who did that.
Stephen Paddock's girlfriend, Mary Lou Danley, apparently told investigators he had mental health issues and would sometimes lie in bed crying out, "Oh my God." Though investigators say they don't know of any mental or physical problems that might have triggered his rampage. An FBI scan of electronics pulled from his homes and hotel room has revealed Paddock searched for information on Lollapalooza. It's a summer music festival in Chicago. Agents say he reserved rooms in a hotel that overlooked the concert park, but never showed up. He also researched events in hotels near Boston's Fenway Park, an indication Paddock might have been considering an attack on a large crowd long before carrying out the slaughter along the Las Vegas Strip. And federal agents say that they're still pulling information and data from 12 phones and laptops that they've recovered as part of the investigation.
And now this tragedy is opening up a dialogue on Capitol Hill. Jason Card joins us as politicians, usually against more gun control, are at least considering talking about this ability to make these guns automatic weapons.
Yeah, the bump stock. The door may be opening slightly with Republicans in Congress and possibly the NRA. They're possibly open to new restrictions on those bump stocks that we've been hearing about, the devices used by the Las Vegas killer to turn his semi-automatic weapon into automatic machine guns. Some of those weighing in, top Republicans and even the White House.
Apparently this allows you to take a semi-automatic, turn it into fully automatic, so clearly that's something we need to look into.
I think it's worth our serious consideration.
We're open to having that conversation. We think that we should have that conversation, and we want to be part of it moving forward.
On Thursday, for the first time since the shooting, the NRA issued a statement supporting stricter rules, saying, quote, devices designed to allow semi-automatic rifles to function like fully automatic rifles should be subject to additional regulations, end quote. It even asked the ATF to review bump stocks, but all this talk about banning them has sent bump stocks flying off the shelves, with some gun sellers saying they have never seen anything like it. On Facebook, we asked what you think. Let's take a look at your comments. Nicole, so if people are rushing to buy them, then that means we can only expect more of the same. Kevin, as if bump stocks are the only way to modify, good luck with that ban. And Nancy, I had a feeling once they talked about making them illegal, this would happen even more scary. What do you think? Sound off on social media. We're always open. Back to you guys.
Alrighty, Jason, it's a conversation that people are starting to have now. It is 6:36, and we want to get to some stories that are making headlines all across Metro Detroit this morning.
And they come to us from Ann Arbor. I think something big is happening there this weekend.
You think?
Also Warren and Taylor. And let's start there in Taylor, where an elderly woman and her adult daughter tragically died in a house explosion. And now we've learned that the daughter was actually dead before that explosion happened, according to investigators. The medical examiner is now working to determine the exact cause of her death, while investigators are still trying to determine the cause of that explosion.
And ahead of the big game at the Big House over in Ann Arbor, a restaurant there voluntarily closed for cleaning after one of its employees was diagnosed with hepatitis A. The Washtenaw County Health Department says that anyone who ate at Cardamom Restaurant between September 16th and October 3rd might have been exposed. So definitely take note of that.
And the man accused of breaking into several Macomb County businesses is due in court today. He was arrested on Thursday after police followed him from a break-in at a Farmington Hills gas station to his home in Warren. Police have been looking for the suspect for for weeks now, and believe that he is responsible for multiple break-ins, including the one at Dairy Freeze right there in Centerline.
It is 6:38 now on your Friday morning. We've got a big surprise for you coming up. Details on that in just a moment. But first, we want to send it out live to Kim DiGiulio, who is right in front of the Big House, where it's starting to rain just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it's coming down now. Good morning, guys. Well, of course, a big game happening here this weekend. Michigan Wolverines take on Michigan State Spartans, but I'm going to let you know what both schools' athletic directors are telling the fans who plan on attending the game this Saturday.
And before we get to that big game on Saturday, it is Friday football, high school football. And here's a look at our Four Frenzy game of the week. It is Orchard Lake St. Mary's taking on Detroit Catholic Central. Big rivalry game there. Read our game preview at clickondetroit.com/4frenzy and watch for highlights after the game right here on Local 4 tonight and tomorrow morning. Good luck to both teams.
Four Frenzy.
All righty, welcome back, everybody. It is 6:42, and a heated rivalry is going to be playing out tomorrow night on the football field at the Big House. Michigan hosting Michigan State, and we're hearing the theme songs from both schools this morning.
Yeah, and actually it's a historic night because it's the first time they've ever played under the lights at night. And officials are looking to turn down the temperature a little bit on a lot of the pre-gaming and the partying with the Wolverine and the Spartan fans, so we can have a responsible experience tonight.
Yeah.
Kim DiGiulio is live outside of the Big House with the warning, since we'll be under the national spotlight.
That is correct. Good morning, guys. We're so excited for this game coming up tomorrow. And as Rhonda said, we are in the national spotlight. We've got the prime time game, 7:30 kickoff. So both athletic directors from Michigan and Michigan State are coming together and telling all fans who attend the game on Saturday to play nice.
The big game is finally here. The University of Michigan versus Michigan State University. But for the first time ever, this game is under the lights. Kickoff this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. in Ann Arbor. Both teams will fight it out to bring home the Paul Bunyan Trophy. And of course, bragging rights. Of the last 10 matchups, Spartans have a 7-3 record against the Wolverines. Of course, nobody can forget about the last time these two teams met up in Ann Arbor.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap.
A last-second fumbled punt changed the outcome of the game to give MSU Spartans a win. Something Michigan fans would likely like to forget. Last year, the Wolverines pulled out the W in East Lansing. Athletic directors Ward Manuel and Mark Hollis have released a letter to the fans who plan on attending the big game this weekend, saying in part, the best aspect of this series is how it brings the entire state together. Our two universities can show that civility and respect can be a hallmark of not only college sports, but what we need to strive for in our society. Michigan is currently undefeated this season, while Michigan State has one loss to Notre Dame.
Well, it certainly is going to be quite the matchup here tomorrow night at the Big House. Both teams have amazing talent, and as I said, both with great records so far. Michigan State only has one loss, Michigan undefeated. So remember just to have fun. It is just a game, and we did talk about being in the national spotlight in a later game, which means plenty of more time for tailgating. So remember, drink responsibly, and no matter what happens here on Saturday, it's just a game. Have fun, and go blue and go green. I'm excited for the whole thing. So
I knew it was coming.
And we know that you are a huge Michigan fan, Kim. Are you going to be celebrating?
Yes.
Where are you going to be watching the game from? What are your plans?
I'm actually going to be at the game,
Oh.
so I'll be tailgating here responsibly. And if you see me, don't forget to say hi. I would love to talk to some Michigan fans and State fans.
Yes, and we know that Kim DiGiulio will be playing nice tomorrow. So Looking forward to that. All right.
Yes, I will.
It's exciting to be under the national spotlight and kind of remarkable. I didn't realize it's never happened before. So
Wow. It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. Let's hope we show the entire nation a great game and how responsible our fans are.
I think they certainly will.
And I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but can I just say,
here we go.
Well,
here we
in light
go.
of what happened over the weekend or in Las Vegas, I think when you get these giant gatherings and stuff, we just need to be a little extra vigilant about what we're watching. You just never know.
That's a good point.
You know, just keep an eye out, green or blue. Here is a look at the forecast tomorrow. Again, it's 7:30 p.m. And the model data is split on this. Hope I have time to get into this, but temperatures getting well into the 80s tomorrow. Very windy and warm during the day, but right around kickoff time could be the presence of a cold front that brings some rain and thunder showers. Our morning models have this holding off until maybe the fourth quarter or the tail end of the game in Ann Arbor. Here's a look at our forecast around Metro Detroit for your finally Friday. Wet weather going to slow you down this morning. Grab the umbrellas, especially during the morning hours. A couple of scattered showers still possible around lunchtime. Most of the afternoon is just mostly cloudy with a few shower chances even this evening as this stationary front could wobble a little bit farther north and just bring some more of that moisture our way. A game or two around Metro Detroit tonight for high school football will be wet, at least at the beginning of those games, so we'll need to watch out for that. How about this? This is Tropical Storm Nate, right down in the Yucatan Peninsula, Central America area, and Louisiana is preparing for Nate, which will likely become a hurricane very soon. New Orleans isn't taking any chances. The city is now directly in the storm's sights, with landfall predicted mid-morning Sunday along the Louisiana coast as a hurricane. So Louisiana's governor warned the public to be ready. Preparations are underway there. Residents across the Florida Panhandle, Mississippi, Alabama are also expecting to feel the effects of the storm this weekend. Okay, back here at home again Friday. Computer model data suggests around lunchtime still a couple of showers hanging on, and then through the evening hours I think it's fewer and fewer. And real quickly I want to show you the most recent model data for tomorrow's game. 8 p.m. after kickoff, and it's still west as we go through the game, and maybe just after the game at 11 o'clock. That's when we could see some of that wet weather coming in, but we need to be prepared even during the game for some rain and thunder. Sunday, the better of the two weekend days. Evrod?
Well, Brandon, out of nowhere, we picked up 3 accidents. We've been telling you that the roads are wet, so please take our advice and drive with caution this morning. The first one on the southbound side of I-75, just past Davison. That right lane is going to be blocked there. Also on I-75, the southbound side, right at 7 Mile, the left lane is blocked because of an accident there. And then on 696 on the eastbound side, right at Greenfield, there's an accident on the right shoulder. So again, we are warning you, the roads are wet this morning, so take it slow, leave early, so you can get to your destination safely. It is 6:48, everybody, and there's the music. You know what time it is. It's time for today's Free Art Friday location clue.
All right, so take a look. This is the artwork, and here is your clue. Do you think you know where this is? Of course, every Friday here at Local 4, we hold this art scavenger hunt in the city of Detroit to promote creativity, celebrate art, explore the city, and also explore some of the artists in our town. So the question is, do you know where this is? If so, you can grab the art, take a picture of yourself with the art, and send it out on social media using the hashtag Local4Today.
I'm squinting real hard at this.
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but this week's piece, it's called Color in Detroit. It's from Detroit GT. I'm stumped on this one.
Well,
I don't know.
Those that know the area, flock to it now. Get it first and it's yours.
We hope to have a winner before the show is over. All right, it is, well, it's my favorite month.
Yes, it is.
Other than my birthday month, which was last month. The one that comes right after it, National Pizza Month. And we are celebrating here today with my favorite, all-time favorite pizza place ever.
And it's new in the city of Detroit, so we're going to taste it and let you know where you can go to get a good deal today on pizza. Also, today's stories to watch for right after the break. Don't go away.
Let's eat.
Sky 4.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We do have breaking news from Detroit's east side where a DDOT bus and a car collided, a crash right at I-94 in Cashew. Police are telling us that a 34-year-old woman was involved in the accident with another car, and they were exchanging information when the bus came along and hit her car. She is currently listed in critical condition.
And in stories to watch for, we are talking about 64-year-old Stephen Paddock's motive behind the Las Vegas mass shooting, and we do expect to learn more about this today, as investigators say that he might have considered other venues for the attack. His girlfriend, Mary Lou Danley, has reportedly told investigators Paddock has mental health issues as well.
And we could also learn more today about a possible ban on the bump stock devices that can make semi-automatic weapons automatic machine guns. Las Vegas shooter Stephen Paddock used bump stocks in his weapons. Now lawmakers are considering introducing a bill that may ban the devices here in the United States.
Today, a judge could decide to send State Health and Human Services Director Nick Lyon, as well as several other officials, to trial over Flint water. They're facing involuntary manslaughter charges after Lyon refused to warn the public about Legionnaire's disease in the water. Jason?
Good morning. Today on ClickOnDetroit.com, vote for the best Halloween edition. We are looking for everything from best costume to best pumpkin carving. Check it out now and nominate your favorite. Plus, preparing for the big game, Michigan taking on Michigan State. Which team's better? Well, of course, it's MSU, but if you have a differing opinion, weigh in on our sports page. Plus, grocery shopping on your weekend to-do list. We can help you save big with extreme couponing. That is on our consumer page at ClickOnDetroit.com. We will see you back here live at 9:15ish on Facebook for Chuck's Gotta Beef.
All right, a couple of hours still of showers, heaviest here through the morning hours. Midday and through the afternoon, much more spotty, but keep the umbrella handy and just know your morning drive will be on the slow side. High school football tonight again, some spotty showers still around. I think most of our games, at least sky conditions, will not be real wet, but could be some wet ground for the boys running around out there. And tomorrow, 80s and windy and showers and storms late. I'm not wearing green or blue. I'm wearing red and blue for the Chicago Cubs today.
Well, speaking of Chicago.
What?
It's here.
Oh, man, oh, man. It is National Pizza Month, a holiday that I celebrate every year. And yes, I do love Detroit-style pizza, but Chicago deep dish pizza is my all-time favorite. And if you haven't known, Giordano's Pizza has officially opened here in Detroit, which is my all-time favorite pizza place ever. And that definitely deserves a round of applause.
And they have spoiled us plenty. They have brought in a bunch of deep dish pizzas for us to try, but you can try them as well. So just taking a look. The first one is cheese pizza. So Everett, I know you want to grab your piece.
Absolutely.
In the center, we have the pepperoni. And then here in front of me is the classic, which includes pepperoni, onions, green peppers, and mushrooms.
Yes, and
they have
trust me,
a lunch special too. That's awesome, with a smaller pizza,
yeah,
side salad.
We want to show you their deal. Yes,
for
just over $8.
Who's back? He's here
Which
now
one
for
would
a
you
slice.
like?
He's
Classic
here for a
or sausage?
You should see how many people are in the studio right now.
A nice big piece.
And you guys have never had this before, right?
There you go, my friend.
Wow.
The deal. We want to show you the deal. Go there. They're open from 11 to 3 for this deal, Monday through Friday. There's their location. You can get a 6-inch pizza or a sandwich, $8.45 with fries and a salad. Enjoy, everybody. Giordano's, thank you.
Giordano's.
Look at Brandon.
Have a good day. Go green and go blue.
Go to Giordano.